Hi all. So I thought I would do sort of a profile on different civ leaders, sort of explaining, their strengths, their weaknesses, what their overall rank among all the civ leaders are. Just kind of giving some background to kind of help everyone, because often when I see players struggling, it's because they don't seem to understand what their civ is actually good at. So this one, to start off with, is pretty obvious. I mean, everyone knows Alexander is a domination civ. But how do you make the most out of Alexander? Well, let's look at their bonuses, unique units, and his unique building. So I'm actually going to start with the unique building, and the fact that it gives you science equal to 25% of the unit's cost when a non-civilian unit is created in the city. That's really, really good in the short term, but not the long term, right? So what that's actually really good for is if you rush bronze working, start putting encampments up quickly, you build this building, you can probably technologically rush crossbows with that building, because you'll be getting a lot of science as you build your unique melee unit, your unique cavalry unit. That's going to be generating a lot of science, but only during the brief period that you're going to be spamming those two units. So the fact that you can then use that to rush crossbows means you have OP melee units, and if you're the first one to get crossbows, you'll just dominate everyone. So that's how you really play Alexander, is you sort of quickly build 3 or 4 cities, you kind of spam build encampments and their unique building. You then spam build their melee units that will rush you tech-wise to crossbows, throw in some crossbows, have fun, have a good game. I should also clarify. So in terms of how good they are compared to other civs, they're okay. Honestly, they're not great. They're just very, very average. I personally don't like their war rush time. I don't like how you have to research a few texts before you can build their unique unit. I don't like how you have to build an encampment and then a building to get that science benefit. And in particular, so both the Macedon and the leader Alexander, both of their benefits only come from taking cities with particular districts. And if you're rushing early with their unique units, odds are the player you're attacking doesn't have a lot of districts. It doesn't have a world wonder in his city. That's more like mid-game. You can kind of reliably count on the cities to have a lot of districts and world wonders. Secondly, I mean, not secondly, so kind of combining, the fact that I don't really like when they rush with the fact that their buffs to taking cities kind of helps out later more than early. I just don't think they're a very good civ, personally. Next up is Nubia. Nubia, I think, I really don't hear a lot about how good Nubia is, but they are fantastic. So starting with 20% production towards all districts, rising to 40% if there is a Nubian pyramid adjacent to the city center. That's really good. The fact that no matter what, you're getting a 20% production bonus towards all districts, I mean, that alone is powerful. Because now you're getting all your districts up before everyone else, and you can use that extra time that you saved with the bonus production to do something else. Maybe build your unique unit. So the fact that their unique unit perfectly aligns with Nubia's Tasseti, so the plus 50% production towards ranged units, and all ranged units gain 50% combat experience. So basically, early in the game, you get half off stronger, faster archers. I honestly sometimes, like, I'll play Nubia and completely wipe another civ by turn, like, 30 or 40. Honestly, maybe even earlier. I have, like, turn 25, I think I've just wiped a civ. Because it's so easy to build those archers, they cost nothing, and they have 3 movement. So, and they're stronger than regular archers. So it's unbelievably OP. And the fact that they then chose to also give mines over strategic resources plus 1 production, and mines over luxury resources plus 2 gold. This is just honestly one of the top tier civs. And also the Nubian pyramid. So it has to be built on desert foothills or floodplains. But you get plus 1 faith, receives additional yields from adjacent districts, plus 1 food if adjacent to the city center. For all other districts that award adjacency bonuses, plus 1 of the appropriate yield if that district is adjacent. So essentially, you get another 20% towards building all your districts with the Nubian pyramid. You get faith, and then you get additional food if you build your districts around it, plus it's giving your districts adjacency bonuses. What I love so much about Nubia is that both their buffs are strong, and not only are they strong, they work together. So you have an elite archer unit, and you're getting it for cheaper. You have a plus 20% production towards districts, and you have an improvement that doubles that, gives you faith, and also gives you adjacency bonuses. So Nubia, absolutely top tier civ. What you want to do with Nubia is honestly up to you. You can rapidly expand and use the threat of your archer rush to keep people away from you, and then play peaceful once you own all the land. Or you can just play domination, rush someone with your archers. There's nothing they can do about it, unless they're like, maybe if it's Vietnam, or the Gaul. But even then, I'm not so sure they can stop it. And then also, if you just want to play peaceful, wash out Nubian pyramids, build a bunch of districts really quick for really cheap, and that's your path to victory. Plus you're getting extra production from mines on strategic resources, and extra gold from mines on bonus resources and luxury resources. So I mean, you can play peaceful, and the buffs to your production are insane on their own. So finally on this episode, there's another good civ, Gaul, led by Ambiorix. So your civilization gains culture equal to 20% of the unit's cost when a non-civilian is trained. Awesome. Kind of similar to Alexander, but you just get this without building anything. I don't have to build a district to get this. I don't have to build another building to get this. I just get it for free. Melee, anti-cavalry, and ranged units receive plus 2 combat strength for every adjacent unit. That's awesome. That's really awesome. You can just stack units around it and get like a plus 6 buff. You throw in a great general, that's like a plus 11 buff early on in the game. That's going to make a huge difference. Mines provide a minor adjacency bonus for all districts. Culture bomb or unknown territory and receive plus 1 culture. Specialty districts do not receive a minor adjacency for being adjacent to another district, and these districts cannot be built adjacent to the city center. So it's a little annoying you can't build a district near the city center. I get why that could be annoying. The fact that you're getting adjacency bonuses for mines, and you're getting a culture bomb when you build a mine, kind of makes up for it. It really does. The Gestate are okay. It replaces the warrior. This unit has increased cost. I hate unique units with increased cost. Receives plus 10 combat strength when fighting units with a higher base combat strength, plus 5 combat strength for district defenses. I mean, it's good at taking cities. I just don't like how it costs more. I honestly would rather take a cheaper warrior than, that plus 10 when fighting stronger units and plus 5 when fighting defenses. I'll take a cheaper warrior, honestly. But then finally, what really kind of cements Gaul as like a strong civ is the Oppidum, which is a district unique to Gaul that is cheaper and available earlier than the district it replaces, the industrial zone. That alone is awesome. That alone makes this like a B civ, right? Like, even without all the extra culture and the adjacency bonus for mines and the culture bomb on mines and the culture from mines, even without all that free culture, the Oppidum makes this a B level civ because it's giving you an industrial zone and, like I say, production. You're getting it before everyone else and cheaper than everyone else. That's pretty great. The Oppidum district is defensible with a ranged attack. When the first Oppidum is constructed, the apprenticeship technology is unlocked. Let me finish actually. Plus 2 production adjacency bonus from quarries and strategic resources. I might change my mind. The Oppidum might make Gaul an A top tier civ all on its own. You are getting your production district before everyone else at a cheaper cost to everyone else. And it's essentially an encampment with walls because it is immediately defensible, which means you have walls. It immediately has a ranged attack. It is immediately defensible, which means it's like an encampment, and then it has a ranged attack, so it's like an encampment with walls. When the first Oppidum is constructed, the apprenticeship technology is unlocked. Awesome. Free tech. Plus 2 production adjacency bonus from quarries and strategic resources. Honestly, when I think about it, I very frequently have at least one stone or one strategic resource in a city. So, you're getting at least a plus 2 bonus in every city, in my opinion. So, overall, this civ is just as good as Nubia, in my opinion, and one of the better civs at probably fighting back against Nubia. There's a lot of different ways you can play this. The best way, in my opinion, is fast expansion, right? Because your bonuses to units near each other, along with the Oppidum, and the culture bomb from mines, and the culture from mines means when you build a new city, you can immediately claim a lot of territory pretty quickly. You also can build a production district that defends you. So if you build a new city near an enemy, you build an Oppidum, now that city's already defended. And it has a higher production base, so you can build units quicker. And you get plus 2 combat strength for every adjacent unit. So really quickly, your city can have a defensible ranged attack district, high production, and combat strength bonuses with your units. So you build a city right next to someone you want to, not necessarily attack. Let's say you have a lot of land, you want to claim the edges quickly. Go out, claim the edges of the land you want to claim. You build an Oppidum. You build 2 archers and 2 crossbows. Now what you have is an encampment with a ranged attack and 2 crossbows that are giving each other plus 2 strength just from being next to each other. So you have 3 ranged attacks like that. And now you also already built your industrial zone. So you already have good production for building whatever you want to build now. So to kind of rate, I guess I'll end this episode here with the 3 A's. To rate and my opinion, the top domination civ, I'm going to say, is Nubia. The top diplomatic civ is Ambiorix. The top cultural civ is Ambiorix. The top scientific civ is tough. I'm going to give it to Nubia. I'm going to give Nubia science and domination, and then I'm going to give Gaul diplomatic, cultural, and honestly I don't want to say any peaceful. I'm torn. They both are pretty good at science, honestly. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to give Nubia domination. I'm going to give Gaul diplomatic victory and cultural victory, and then I'm going to split science. The reason being, Nubia is going to get their science districts for cheap, and they're going to be getting potential adjacency bonuses from their pyramids, whereas Ambiorix is getting adjacency bonuses from their mines, and they're getting kind of cheaper science districts with the Oppidum. But I'm actually going to give it to Nubia, because the problem with the Oppidum compared to Nubia's buff is that the Oppidum means takes up a population level, right? So you have to raise your population to build more districts, and because you're going to have to get 2 districts, Oppidum and the campus, versus Nubia can build straight the campus right away, I'm going to give Nubia science out. All of that said here, and see everyone next time.